Good afternoon and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care, Providence Holy Cross Medical Center, and Hestia Med Spa. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Jean Dorio.
On your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And speaking of a fun quality of life, our first guest this afternoon is Nikki Miller of the Academy Swim Club.
Good
Welcome.
morning, or
good
afternoon.
Good afternoon. I know.
Good afternoon, Nikki. Welcome to the show. It's perfect timing with the hot weather coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been really, really busy, for sure. It's been a few years since I think parents have felt this safe to come out and be in public and groups and stuff. So there are quite a few people who are coming out now for swimming lessons, and it's great.
And what about kids? Are you having many kids?
We teach all ages. I think swimming is the only sport you can do from womb to tomb, safely. Mm-hmm. But the majority of our students are between 18 months and I'd say probably 6 or 8 years old.
Wow, that's very interesting.
But we do teach adults. We have adults in groups. We have teenagers. We have kids that want to get on their swim team or lower their times from their swim team, high school. And then we also have triathletes wanting to lower their time because essentially they've done everything they can to cut down their time on the bike and the run. And the biggest cut they can make is on their swim if they learn some correct strokes for swimming through turbulent waters. So we get triathletes too.
Wow. But Nikki, the important aspect of what you do, we've brought up before in the past, is that our seniors, there are some of our older adults who do not know how to swim. Mm-hmm. And it's so important because with the heat, with our weather heating up, many will be spending their time around a pool somewhere, and there could be a problem where someone has trouble in the pool, and we want to be able to assure that our senior listeners know how to swim.
Yes.
And some of them, as you know, don't, and they won't even admit to that. That's the sad part. So, can you kind of give us a brief on how many seniors you see and know that can't swim, and how important it is for them to swim?
A lot of seniors will come in when they are suddenly caring for their grandchildren, and their grandchildren want to swim in the summer, but they don't feel safe enough, having their grandchildren swim, because if they're watching them and they can't swim, then they can't save them if they need help. So a lot of seniors will come in, not initially so that they can learn to swim for themselves, but it's so that they can learn to be a life rescue saver for their grandchildren.
Absolutely.
And I would say for seniors, or adults for that matter, a lot of adults who don't know how to swim, they either didn't grow up in California because it's such a part of, and it's just embedded in our recreation and our socialization here. So they either didn't grow up in California, or there's some traumatic experience in their past that has just made them afraid of water. And that could be varied from watching someone drown to having a near drowning themselves, or having parents themselves who are terrified of water, and they've passed that, being terrified onto their children. So what our adults and seniors find is that the learning to swim part isn't very hard, but getting over the fear just takes some time and patience. Like physically, we could have anyone swimming their first lesson. The swimming is not the hard part. It is, now swimming correctly, like if you want to go on and swim on a team, or, really have swimming be joyful and easy, that's a different thing. But actually just getting across a pool is the easy part. I remember one of the funnest lessons I ever taught was years ago, Mr. T's stuntman. had turned down so many jobs because he couldn't swim. So he was just trained to do whatever he was told, whether it made him afraid or not, run through fire, whatever it took. So he learned how to swim the very first lesson, but we spent another 10 lessons getting him comfortable with swimming. And he swam in the deep end the first lesson, but he couldn't believe that the swimming was so easy because he'd put it off and not swam for so long. So, yeah, it's usually, and we're very gentle. We don't do any forcing. We take it at the pace that the student is ready to learn. So we don't make you jump into anything until you tell us you're ready. We don't make you put your face underwater until you tell us you're ready. But we may suggest some things you can do to make it easier or first steps to get there.
Yeah, working up to
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, for
that
instance,
makes a lot of sense.
we have these buckets with little holes in them. So before we would say, try putting your face in the water, we would mimic a shower with the bucket. Just putting it's a little bucket. It's only about a cup or a cup and a half maybe. And we will fill it up and put it over the head so that water drains over the face, just like a shower. And we promote that for parents to do with their kids in the bathtub. Take a washcloth and wring it over the top of a child's head, or just scoop it over the face of a child, down from the head down, so that they learn how to hold their breath momentarily and they're comfortable with water on their face.
That's an excellent idea.
Thank you.
Really? And I would
We
never
have
have
lots
thought
of
about
that.
that.
We
I
have
would
lots of
never
those.
thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, how interesting. Well, that is a good introduction to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a safe
Yes.
introduction.
Yes.
And that's what they need to know
Yep.
and need to learn.
So we also find with children, they learn how to swim, but then they fall into a pool and they close their eyes and then they swim straight out to the middle of the pool instead of, they fall in right by the edge, but they've never been taught to turn around and look where they are. So they just swim out to deeper waters instead of just turning around and grabbing the wall. So there's little things that people just have to get taught in order to be safer in water. And turning around and finding a wall is one. Floating is another, because sometimes you fall in on a wall that's higher than the other walls and you can't reach up from the water to the edge. So learning to float is really, really important too.
Interesting. One of my favorite things to do is water aerobics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Well, also, I wanted to point out that the benefits for seniors learning to swim aren't just the joy and relaxation and the fun of swimming, but it's the health benefits too. And it's not just exercise. The water has hydrostatic pressure, which is like a hugging. It's a gentle hugging of your skin wherever you're submerged. And just going into water, chest deep, I think it was 3 times a week for about 10 minutes can help lower your blood pressure. That hydrostatic pressure also increases circulation. There's so many health benefits to it that our generation struggles with.
And it's interesting, as you get older, it's harder to do your exercises.
Oh, yeah.
When you have to stand and
Yes.
move your arms up and down.
Yes.
But getting into water,
Yes,
you can do those same exercises.
exactly.
And not
Without-
hurt yourself at
Yes.
all.
without
because you
any
just-
falling
Yes.
or, yeah,
It's amazing.
hip breaking or anything like that. Water gives grace.
Oh,
It's
it
grace.
does. It does, but it's so much more helpful, especially to seniors who find it hard to lift a leg, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in the water, you can lift the leg and put it down, and you
Right.
still have the resistance, and
Exactly.
it still does its job.
Exactly.
It's
Like when
incredible.
you go to a gym, that's a really good point, Barb, because when you go to a gym and you lift weights, you're getting resistance one way, and then you pull it down and you push it back up again. In water, you get resistance every way that you move.
that's
So
exactly right.
Water walking, you can walk forwards, you can walk backwards, you can walk sideways, you can walk the other sideways, you can do the crab, or what's the dance move where it's
Oh, I know.
sachet?
Yeah.
Is it sachet?
Yeah, I think it is.
So, yeah, there's a lot of water exercise you can do without even having to swim. You
can
just need a
hold onto
shallow
the
wind
edge and stretch out and move those legs up and down like
and
you're
get
walking 100
resistance.
miles.
Exactly.
And it's perfect.
And
Oh,
the best part is when you're done, you feel so good.
yes, that's and you don't hurt.
No.
That's the nice
no,
part about it.
No.
And the lingering effect after doing regular exercises out of the water, after a while you think, oh, what did I do to myself? Ouch, that hurts.
Yeah.
You know?
And you start thinking about knee replacements.
Well, I haven't gone that far.
Yeah.
But Nikki, why is it that, and this is a tough question to answer, but why is it that Medicare and insurances don't pay for physical therapy in the pool?
A lot of them do.
I think,
A lot of them are starting to. So there are
Yeah.
some physical therapy places that do have access to pools, and they will bill your. I mean, some insurances do. I think it's a growing trend, and I think if the insurance companies don't get on the ball with, the elderly, our generation, like there's senior sneakers, right, where they pay for gym memberships.
Yes.
Yep.
So I
half
guess
now.
you can go into a pool if the gym has a pool, but yeah, I think they need to get on that bandwagon because the physical therapy is just phenomenal.
Well,
Uh,
Medicare really
know,
needs to.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
We used to have 3 pools. I don't know if you guys know this, but when I came up here in the 1980s, we had 3 physical therapy pools that I could refer my patients to. The last one was removed or stopped. They stopped providing pool care, physical therapy, because the doctors did not refer patients to them. So they didn't get enough business. And this was a pool that you could actually roll a wheelchair into and be able to do therapy in the pool with a patient who was wheelchair bound.
Yep.
So we used to have it here, and it really dissipated literally from the scene. And we do have to get it back and recognize the value of it. But Medicare, yes, they might pay for it, but we just don't have the pool and the therapists who are doing that right now, and we need that.
There are a few. There's one that rents pool space out at the athletic club at
Oh, cool.
Calgrove and the freeway.
Yes.
And then SCVPT just put in hydro pools in their physical therapy
great.
studio.
Well, in 24-hour fitness, there is a chair.
Yeah, well, there
But
has to
besides-
be.
yes.
No, there has to be
And
now in
it
every
let-
public pool.
yes.
Yeah. So they do have chairs for getting in all
Yes.
all water.
And that's hot. That's
Yeah.
definitely helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness,
Yep.
yes. I don't
So-
use it yet, but maybe one of these days.
So yeah, Gene, they are getting back on the bandwagon, but I think it's up to the communities. Like down
Yeah,
in
the
Northridge,
doctors, maybe.
CSUN has built a phenomenal physical therapy pool for
Oh,
use.
yeah, absolutely.
So because the community supported it, so we just have to we have to ask for it. We have to request it from our doctors and get the community on board to needing it in order for something to be put in.
So that would have to go through the city council, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily.
No.
First, it goes through doctors and referrals, and the people they're referred to need more and bigger space, and then we go to the city council and try and get something going. The community has to need it before the city's going to spend the money on it.
That's right.
Well, we have the activity center in the central part across from the police station, new sheriff's station.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a beautiful aquatic center.
Yeah, so we should be able to maybe have maybe one of the therapy groups can rent out that area as well, and the city can help promote it. But I just think that, and we can through the senior center as well. And Barb, you've always been into water aerobics
Oh, yes.
and searching around once they COC stopped their program. You've been searching around for that good water aerobics program all the time. And that's great that you do that, but I think more people should know the benefits and the issue related to quality of life that they can continue to have by staying mobile and active. And the true way of doing that, as all of us know, is, utilize the pool.
Exactly.
We just have to have it available and make, get the timing and everything out so people can get there. Let's do it.
Yep. I agree wholeheartedly, Gene.
That's the best kind of
we can-
exercise you can get.
Barb, you and I have always promoted a lot of things in Santa Clarita. Why don't we see if KHTS will allow us to move forward on something like this and get get the physical therapists into their bathing suits and into the pool for us.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, but that's going to require you coming in.
No, I'll get into a bathing suit and go to the pool. That's usually
No, I'm
outside.
talking about coming in to KHTS physically.
But that's a different story related to COVID and masks and things like that. So,
Come
being
on,
outside
Gene,
in a
knock it
pool
off.
situation- Yeah, we can promote this, I think, and I think the city might help us. We'll see.
That would
Nothing
be great.
ventured, nothing gained.
That would be great, Gene.
Well, let's work on it. We discussed it here, and Barb and I have been known to, through the senior center, ignite the fire. So let's see if we can do that.
Yes.
Great. I'll hold you to that.
Like I said
Okay.
before, nothing ventured,
good.
nothing gained.
There you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Swim
So
club.
if our seniors want to at least participate, and maybe those listening who might, Nikki, want to at least venture out and see if they can put their floating expertise together and learn how to swim and just be more comfortable and less fearful that they might face a situation with their grandkids or people around them. How do they, Nikki, get a hold of you?
Oh, they can go online. It's www.swim, SWIM, the number 4, life.com. Or they can call 661-702-8585. And they can not only they can not only come in to learn to swim themselves, they can also encourage their kids to get their grandkids into lessons and swimming too, because it's already been shown that kids who have ongoing swim lessons are 88% less likely to have a drowning incident.
Yes. Now, will you repeat that
The-
website again and the phone number?
Yes, it's www.swim
Yes.
swim, SWIM, the number 4, life, LIFE.com,
Yes.
or 661-702-8585.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
Okay, thank
Nikki,
you for having
it
me.
was great having you again. It seems like it's been forever.
Thank you.
My goodness,
it's
time
fun. It's always
flies.
fun
But
coming here.
Time
A critical
flies.
time. Thank you, Nikki. Thank
Yes.
you. I
Yeah.
think it's
Yes.
important that people hear what you're saying, and then we can all work together to try to get an effort going to get seniors into a pool somewhere with physical
Yeah.
therapy.
Well, thank you for
Absolutely.
helping me spread the news.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Fine. I'm Barbara
Bye.
Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
Right now, as you're listening to this, the last thing on your mind is needing a plumber.
Whitaker Plumbing understands.
That's why we want you to store this in the for later use file in your brain.
Whitaker Plumbing will handle all emergencies.
Your toilet won't stop running?
Call Whitaker.
Your sink is dripping?
Call Whitaker.
Your garbage disposal sounds funky?
Whitaker will handle it.
Upgrading your water heater? All your plumbing services with one call.
Whitaker Plumbing. Whitaker with 1T Plumbing, SCV.com.
It's a hit. Audiences are loving Something Rotten, playing out the Canyon Theater Guild. The year is 1595, and Shakespeare is a rock star. A rival acting troupe can't compete with the Bard. They need something new, exciting, never before done. Laugh your way back in time to the Renaissance with this hilarious show featuring tap dancing, Shakespeare, and the origins of the musical. Get your tickets today by calling 661-799-2702 or reserve online at canyontheater.org.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
Did you know dog waste left on the ground contains harmful bacteria that can wash into the Santa Clara River? Pollution can create health and environmental hazards in the city of Santa Clarita. When picking up after your pet, use a bag, tie it, and place it in a regular trash container. It's your duty to bag dog duty, and your Santa Clarita neighbors will appreciate it. Learn more at greensantaclarita.com.
Olive Terrace Bar and Grill is the hottest new Mediterranean fusion restaurant in Santa Clarita with unique delicacies like seafood right off the boat, mouth-watering prime steaks, artesian sandwiches, delicious pastas, and tasty kebabs. Unwind on their cozy outdoor patio at their weekend champagne brunch. Full menu and weekly specials at oliveterracebarandgrill.com. Check out their full bar and happy hour daily specials in Valencia on Copper Hill and Newhall Ranch Road by LA Fitness. Olive Terrace Bar and Grill, delicious food seasoned with love.
Save water and save money. SCV Water wants to help you find your fit and take advantage of conservation rebate programs that will help you save. Water your landscape more efficiently. Replace your lawn with water-wise plants. Conduct free in-home water surveys. Cover your swimming pool and more. Find the programs that fit your needs and start saving today. Visit conserve.yourscvwater.com to learn more.
That's conserve.yourscvwater.com.
Hey, Ned, what's with the cape and tights again? Didn't the boss tell you about that?
No, this time I'm really a Pacific Air hero. I'm flying around keeping our customers cool with our WOW AC tune-up. It's Super Ned to the rescue!
Get in the truck, Ned.
Well, we're not letting Ned run around in tights.
But we are saving people every day.
Mark Schneider and daughter Kaylee for Pacific Air.
We're saving people from a hot, miserable home caused by an aging or broken AC system.
When you call Pacific Air, we know your time is precious. So we promise on-time service to save you time.
And right now, with every WOW AC tune-up, we will disinfect and sanitize the inside of your heating and air system free. We think you'll say,
when you want the best, call Pacific Air.
Schedule your WOW AC tune-up now, just $77, and we'll sanitize your heating and air system free. No surprises, just exceptional service, because nobody cares like Pacific Air. Details at pacair.com.
A Royal Suite Home Furnishings has been family-owned and operated in Santa Clarita since 1978. They keep America working by stocking heritage-quality furniture made right here in the USA. With high-end design and thousands of fabrics to choose from, a Royal Suite offers a wide selection of furniture at incredibly low prices. Pay 0% interest with your approved credit for 12, 24, 36, or 48 months. See store for details. Visit A Royal Suite, massive showroom on Carl Boyer Drive near Sam's Club in Santa Clarita.
A Royal Suite. Sweet dreams.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And our guest now is Mark Hershey of Community Gardens of Santa Clarita. There we go. I got it right the second time.
You got it. You got it.
Welcome. Well,
Thank you.
tell us about the community gardens.
It's a beautiful place, and everybody should try to get a plot there. That's the bottom line. What else you want to know?
Okay.
Well, when Mark,
where is
when you
it
say
located?
plot, when you say plot, though, we think of something different because we're all seniors. But a plot of land to grow, it would be very exciting. And I just want to make sure people understand Mark Hershey. Mark Hershey and I go back a long way, but he has devoted 30 years of his life to the sheriff and retired, about 8 years ago. And we just honor you, Mark, for what you've done. And now you're bringing us just, not law and enforcement, but you're bringing us a different way now as older adults to be able to bide our time and do something that's worthy for ourselves and the community. So, yeah, tell us about what you're doing now after all that law enforcement effort, but what you're doing now for our community in a community garden.
Well, I love the community garden. That's what I was being a little sassy, but it's a beautiful place. So we have areas of land to grow stuff on. We call them plots. And you can get a 10 by 10 foot by 10 foot, or 10 by 20. And you can grow a lot of vegetables in either size plot. But it's great. We got some shaded area where you can sit at picnic benches, and there's big eucalyptus to give us shade. There's butterfly gardens, I think, in 3 out of the 4 corners of the gardens. It's COC came and did a measurement of us, one of their classes, and we're 1.29 acres. We have about, I think, 140 10 by 10 plots. Some people have 10 by 20, so we have like 85 gardeners. We have we have 4 universal access ones, which are like 3 feet off the ground. So if someone was in a wheelchair or hard to bend over or something, those are smaller. But we have 4 of those. We actually have 5. One's a little bit bigger, a little different area. But we've got 4 that have like wheelchair access. So it's a great thing, and right in the middle of the summer season. So I haven't got my first tomato yet, but they're right around the corner.
Well, now, how do you get access to this? Do you have to apply, fill out a form, or how does the community get access to it?
Great question. We have a website. It's communitygardensofsantaclarita.org, and it has some information on there and pictures and some. There's a little video where I think I talk and say basically this. But there's an application on there that you put in. And right now, we have about 35 people on our waiting list. So what I'd recommend...
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's too many because it's a long wait. Like 6 to 8 months probably. But you sign up for to get a 10 by 10. You could sign up to be a 10 by 20. You could sign up to get a UA.
What is a UA?
The Universal Access one. We have 4 of those. They're probably about 4 feet by 8 feet. And so... I would say for most people, put in for both. Sign up for the 10 by 10 and sign up for the 10 by 20 and get whatever you get first to get gardening.
So does it cost money to do this? Do you supply flowers and vegetables and that kind of thing, or does the public have to bring in their own, or how does it work?
Okay, so if you want to be a gardener there, then you're coming in as yourself, as your own family, or like you and your husband, you and your wife could come in, you and one of your children, something in the household, and you come in, you do all your gardening. But the water's free. It's from the thing at Castic Lake or Santa Clarita Group water, and it costs $100 a year if you have the 10 by 20, the big one. It costs $50 a year if you have the smaller 10 by 10, and you have to do 12 hours of volunteer work at the garden per year. So there's a commitment to it, but it's fun. It's a fun commitment.
That's not very much of a commitment.
12 hours?
12 hours?
12 hours.
Over a year?
12 hours to the garden, volunteering, doing whatever you do.
At the garden.
At the garden. But for your own personal garden, it's a lot more hours than that. So you take care of your own garden, and you bring in mulch, or you do some weeding, or you water roses or trim trees.
Now, Mark, so where is it located? Is this at Central Park?
It is. It's at Central Park. So the easiest way to describe it is if you're coming from Kmart, so whatever that is, from like you're heading away from the main part of our community, it would be the very first driveway you go in. You turn right into that, and as soon as you go 100 feet, there's another parking lot. You turn right into that, and that's the parking lot that stares at our garden. And it's
so does the city donate the land for the park, for the community park?
I guess they donated the land. I mean, they didn't give it to us. We are there as long as we behave, I suppose. They don't get mad at us. They like us. So they actually added to it over the years. It's been there 12 years. I've been playing for about 8 years. And
you've been playing?
I've been there gardening.
Oh, you've been playing.
It's fun. It's like playing for me.
Okay.
So I've been, when I've been there, it's had the full lot, but they added some off to the side. But they doubled the number of, they added a north end somewhere before I got there. So
now describe the area where it's located. You said a Kmart?
Central Park.
Wait.
Central Park. But the easiest
Is
way
that on Bouquet Canyon?
Bouquet Canyon.
Okay.
So if you're leaving where Kmart used to be, if you're leaving that area, if you're going towards the outreach of Saugus, as you're going that way, when you get to Central Park, you turn it at the first, there's a light and there's another way you can turn in. If you go to the first one, turn there, that's the easiest directions to see the garden.
The first light or the
first street that goes to the park. There's two.
After the light.
Before the light.
Before the light.
Yeah. So you just turn in there and you'll see it to your right and go into the parking lot and you'll see it better. It is, most people miss it because it's not like the main entrance where the light is. It's not the main one. And if you drive too fast or not really looking right off the bat, then you could miss it easy. But it's significantly big and it's beautiful. We got butterflies all over the place. So I like birds. Birds are all over the place. We have an orchard of about 45 trees with apples, peaches, nectarines.
Wow. The people have planted or they were there already?
Oh, the garden planted. So that's a great question. In your plot, you grow vegetables and you don't grow trees or shrubs. So when you don't be there anymore, you know, it's...
So, but you can grow flowers also?
We recommend, well, we want you to do vegetables, but you need to have a majority of your plot going to vegetables, but we like flowers too. But so the trees, the community gardens, the group has bought these trees and put them out, and those are available to all the gardeners to get whatever fruit they want off of them.
Oh,
wow.
Sit on the bench.
And Mark, I'm on your website right now, and I'm seeing that on Saturday, June the 18th, you have a quarterly meeting, Pancake Breakfast, 8:30 in the morning. Is that for the public to go to or just the gardeners, or for those who might be interested in starting up their own garden there? Would this be an event that you might want people to come to?
It's really, we have a quarterly event for the gardeners. So the Pancake Breakfast is really for gardeners. I'm sure if you were interested and looked at our website and you came by at the right hours, we probably have extra pancakes we could give you and we could tell you stuff like that. But it's not really open. We make it we have sign-ups. Some people bring in bacon or stuff like that, and then they cook pancakes right there. So it's a quarterly thing, really for the gardeners. But we have people, you know, I like people to come and look at the place. So when we have a monthly, once a month on the third Saturday, we have a work day. And there's a lot of gardeners there that are doing their hours and working and cleaning up stuff. So I like to have people come by if they want to come visit. That's a good time to come, is on that third Saturday, because between 8 and 11, we'll have gardeners there that we can let you in because there'll be a lot of people. You can see what we do. And on this particular third one on 18th, that's our quarterly meeting, and we're going to have a pancake breakfast to go along with I don't think we're doing a work day after that, but that we'll have a council meeting on that.
Now, do you own this association? And do you own the property?
No. No, so it's like loaned to us, or it's Central Park. It's Central Park property. So they cut out a little spot, I guess. And so the city said, you want it a little bit bigger, so they doubled it a long time ago, probably 9 years ago. And then since I've been there, they added another little strip of it. So,
So you head it up. You're like a CEO or a.
I'm the
whatever.
president on the council. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. If someone else wants to be president, that's fine with me. I run unopposed. That's how I win.
Because of the job you have there, in other words.
It's not hard, but you have to.
Is this
pay
a
attention.
volunteer
Volunteer.
position?
Yes.
Volunteer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're living on your pension then?
I'm living on my pension.
Yes.
And I'm on those
and
tomatoes.
and the garden.
And the tomatoes, yeah.
So you sell
well, you know,
the
there's.
tomatoes.
It's all about tomatoes in my world, and
No,
most
it's
people.
tomatoes in my world.
Well, and it can be tomatoes, but the reason why you garden is because we used to have Lombardis, as you all know, and they had great taste in tomatoes or tomatoes. And I don't think they're around anymore. Hopefully they'll come back, but I don't see it. But so if you have your own grown tomato, yet it has flavor in it.
Oh yes.
It tastes great.
Yep.
And if you go to the store, it looks like a tomato, feels like a tomato, but it's flavorless. So that's why I grow mine. I have 30 tomato plants this year. That's the most I've had. I'm expecting some tomatoes soon. But peppers and corn and squash, people grow everything. And it's fun. And you see a ton of different people there, different, there's a lot of seniors, because they have the time or whatever. But we have like 85 gardeners, and everybody gets along great. You have an occasional little spit, but it's not a big deal. It's calm.
You stepped on my grass. Get off.
So
you squashed one of my plants. Get off.
Well, they don't really go in each other's garden because it's fenced to keep out, rats and animals and stuff like that.
What do you mean by fenced? Is it covered?
Most of them have a fence about 2 feet, 3 feet high to keep rabbits out. Now, the rats can climb it, so then they put a little netting over a little bit to keep them out. And then we have some enclosures people made a bigger fence, and it's about 6 feet tall to try to keep rats out. Rats are a problem.
Oh, yes. Anytime they can squirrel in.
They're pretty good at it.
And they are. Like squirrels.
Yeah.
That's why they call it squirrel in.
Yeah. So we have chickens there too. We love our chickens. I think there's 18 or 19 of them, and they lay eggs, and they're wonderful. And they used to be free range. We'd let them out every day, and they'd stay out for 4 or 5 hours. And they were fun and very personable, and occasionally get in someone's garden. But outside of that, they did great. But then some bobcats figured out we had chickens. So now they're locked in their pen. They don't get to come out and play anymore. They just stay inside their pen in their little yard. So
the bobcats and the coyotes.
And the coyotes come at nighttime, so the chickens are pretty good. So they would stay out at daytime, and then when it gets dark, they run away. But the bobcats came in before it got dusk, and they got a couple of ours, and one survived. Her name's Lucky, but the rest of them, the other one didn't. So the rest of them have to stay inside their little cage.
Which they don't like.
They don't like it. They text me all the time. I get more complaints from them.
Oh, I can imagine. I would too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't like that
So, Mark,
at all.
do gardeners use like fertilizer if you want to try to be organic? I mean, is that possible, or is fertilizer allowed and part of the gardening there?
Well, that's a great question, and I should have brought it up earlier. Yes, we're organic, so we don't use any pesticides, and whatever we use for amendments is OMRI. So it's organic. So you can, and Green Thumb gives us a discount and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
so
wow.
I get my stuff that we get 10% off. So I go there to get my stuff from Green Thumb, and they're really good. They don't sell you a plant if it's not going to grow. They're going to sell you a tomato plant on Christmas because it'll die. So they're really good and really knowledgeable. So, but we are organic and we don't use pesticides. If you got a bunch of plants or bugs, you would put like soap water or vinegar or something, mix it with some water, and you squirt it all over, and they don't like it.
Vinegar is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, good heavens! You can use vinegar for almost everything.
Aphids are a problem sometimes.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of
But
ants.
how about wheelchair access? You mentioned that you have 3-foot elevated tabletops for wheelchair bound, but is there access for walkers and wheelchairs and for seniors to be able to get around?
We just last year on a grant from the city, thank you city, put in some decomped granite on our main walkway. So I haven't experienced it, but I think it's firm enough that you could do a wheelchair on there.
Cool.
Outside of that, we have mulch from ground up trees everywhere to try to keep the weeds down, and that would not be good because you would sink in it and stuff. But I think the new pathway, and underneath where it's covered, we have the decomp granite. That's been a long time. So I think that would be good that, you don't sink down and you could push around and stuff like that. So
that's a nice
do
addition.
you always allow access? Is it open 24 hours or certain hours of the day and the weekends, or how accessible is it for our seniors, many of whom are retired?
Well, it's open to the gardeners. We have a lock on it because we've had some people that get confused with community gardens in Santa Clarita thinking they can go in and pick stuff. What it means is it's community gardens available to people that want to be gardeners there, so you have to get on a list. You can't just go in and pick all the tomatoes off my stuff and I come on the next day. So we had to put the lock because some people, we were having some problems. But for gardeners, it's from sun up to sundown, so they can go anytime after that. And most of our people are very welcoming to people. So if you go by and stand by the gate or kind of wave and someone sees you and asks to come in, almost always, most people will let you in, and you can look at the birds and the butterflies. And we still have some good-looking flowers, but the poppies, when it was poppy season, I'd say a month and a half ago, we had about 2 months of beautiful spring flowers and poppies.
Wow,
it was wonderful.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, so you guys should come by one of these times.
We need to take a break, so as soon as we come back, we'll continue.
Okay.
I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
In these challenging times with virus attacking, I built my immune system with IV therapy at Hestia Medical Spa. I'm KHTS owner Jerry Sreddy Goldman. My husband Carl and I believe Hestia's Medical Spa IV therapy has been a powerful addition for strengthening our immune system. I've been using an IV combination of vitamins and minerals to help me fight off COVID and other viruses.
Boost your energy and immune system with IV therapy at Hestia Med Spa in Valencia. Details at hestiamedicalspa.com.
No doubt about it, LA is an awesome place to live. But even while living in the land of beaches and mountains, it's safe to say that we could all use a real vacation right about now. One where you don't have to stop for gas, cook your own meals, or strip your own sheets. Lucky for us, Princess Cruises has a port right here in LA. Now, for a limited time, LA residents can sail with Princess from just $89 per day to the beaches of Mexico, the tropics of Hawaii, or cruise along the California coast without getting stuck in traffic. That's right, just $89 per day. And while these great destinations aren't going anywhere, these deals won't be around forever. So visit princess.com, call 1-800-PRINCESS, or contact your travel advisor to book your cruise today. Set sail with LA's cruise line, Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Promotional pricing ends November 30th, 2021. Ships are Bermudan and British registry. Before booking, consult the CDC website at www.cdc.gov.
Hi, it's Ashley, your local WM recycling expert. For the past 20 years, WM has been Santa Clarita's recycling partner. Did you know that 25% of items placed in recycling bins are actually trash, or that leftover food and liquid in the recycling can damage a whole truckload of recyclables? Recycle right by remembering to recycle all bottles, cans, cardboard, glass, and paper. Keep items clean and dry, and keep recyclables loose, never bagged. For more recycling tips, visit wm.com/recycle right. Together, we are keeping Santa Clarita a cleaner, greener place to call home.
Okay, Shelby, care to share with the class what you did this weekend?
My weekend started in the African desert, where I was surrounded by wild animals, like fennec foxes. After that, I climbed towering trees in the rainforest and played next to an animal called a prehensile-tailed porcupine.
Okay, who's next? Ryan?
I went to the mall.
Visit the new Wildlife Explorers Base Camp at the San Diego Zoo and feel what it's like to be wild.
Satisfy your sweet tooth with a bite of sweet perfection from Nothing Bundt Cakes in Valencia. Their decadent cakes are ideal for your next birthday, anniversary, baby shower, wedding, holiday party, and more. Nothing Bundt Cakes makes their treats readily available without compromising quality. You can expect real butter and cream cheese, fresh eggs, and lots of love in each of their 10 luscious flavors. To order your own sweet treat, visit their Valencia Bakery in the Whole Foods Shopping Center or log on to nothingbundcakes.com.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
We salute our veterans who sacrifice for our freedom. Every week, we share an inspirational story of a local veteran on our Hometown Heroes page at hometownstation.com. Thanks to our good friends at Eternal Valley.
I'm Richard Nunnally, General Manager of Eternal Valley Memorial Park and Mortuary. We believe taking care of each other is what community is all about. We're proud to bring you the stories of our hometown heroes.
Eternal Valley, life well celebrated.
Visit hometownstation.com, sponsored by Eternal Valley.
Why did Mercedes-Benz of Valencia win the Dealer of Excellence Award in 2019?
Because we strive to provide the most outstanding sales experience.
Mercedes-Benz of Valencia COO Chris Paz.
We know you have high expectations. Our stellar team will meet and exceed your expectations. That's why we were named Mercedes Best of the Best, placing us in the top 10% of all Mercedes dealers nationwide.
Find out how you can lease a new Mercedes for unbelievably low monthly payments. Details at mbzvalencia.com.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And we've been speaking with Mark Hershey of Community Gardens of Santa Clarita. Now, we were talking a few minutes ago of all of the requirements and all of the information. Can we go back over that again?
Sure. We have 10 by 10 plots, and that's $50 a year. And we have 10 by 20 plots, and that's $100 a year. And no matter which one you get, it's 12 hours of volunteer work for the gardens per year, plus all the work you do in your own garden. So we do have some UA plots that if you're wheelchair bound or really hard to bend over or something like that, then you know we have some of those available. But if you can do good gardening, then get a regular plot because it's a little bit bigger, and you can grow a lot of crops like that, a lot of vegetables like that.
And the big thing is there's no cost for the water.
No cost for water. Water's free. We actually have a lot of little things there. We have the chickens. We have a compost bin. We have a greenhouse. So some of the people are on the greenhouse committee, and they plant seeds they get, and they grow them up, and they'll dole them. They'll give them to the gardeners. And I have like four squash plants in my plot that I got from the garden, but they had tomatoes and everything like that. So you can get some plants that way.
And the hours and the times you can go?
Sun up to sundown, so whatever that is, like 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Probably now it goes till about 8 o'clock.
And the location?
Location's at Central Park. It's right towards the front. You need to keep your eyes peeled though, because it's a little camouflaged. The best way to go, I say, is probably any day of the week. Saturdays, Monday through Fridays, probably maybe not Sundays. If you go there like 9 o'clock or 10, there's almost always someone there. So you can walk up to the gate or wave, and the gardeners are friendly, and you can ask them questions, and they'll direct you how you can get in touch, or on the website. Or I'm there most days at that hour too with my dogs. So we'll let you in. You can walk around and talk about an application if that's what you want, or how you can participate or be a member or something like that.
Well, that's terrific. Now, what is the website?
CommunityGardensOfSantaClarita.org.
CommunityGardensOfSantaClarita.org. Yep. How simple is that?
It's pretty good.
That's wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, Mark, it's just great that you're doing this. I mean, now being in retirement, it's a different role, but it's just tremendous